Hey guys, so I thought it might be a fun idea to do a run of BG3 as Astarion and have the Astarion AI make all my decisions. So let's jump right into it. And very first thing, I'm going to ask him what difficulty? Explorer, Balanced, or Tactician.
We'll go with Explorer.
Yes.
That way you can just progress this part of things easily and have fun with the story. Besides, it will be a little bit more relaxing for you, so I think it's the best way to go on this one.
So I don't know why my mods tend to fuck up the origin characters. Like you can see, yeah. Oh, Gale's an old man apparently. Oh no. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I actually did find a choice I want him to make, and that's what does he want his cantrip to do?
Well, Minor Illusion is always a popular choice, though Mage Hand is probably a good call as well. What do you think would be best for your character?
I don't really like using either of those. Probably Mage Hand.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna ask a general question about this.
He considers this one for a moment, then he speaks up again. We should probably get one of the more tougher ones to help balance out how squishy we are. Shadowheart has to be our healer, and she's not exactly very strong, so having a nice, tanky guardian would be a good idea. You can pick any of them, of course, but that would be my recommendation.
Okay, so I don't think he quite understands the question. But he said tanky, so we're gonna go with that. I'm thinking Big Lady Elf. So this is what I'm going for the Guardian. And I've already decided that unless it's like a big thing, we're just gonna go with whatever happens. Whatever dice rolls we get, whatever he decides for us to do, we're gonna do it.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place you'll free us.
He seems to know this game pretty well, so instead of like typing out all the choices, I'm just gonna ask a general question.
He thinks about it for a second. Well, I'm certainly curious about what a talking brain might have to say, of course. So, I'd say we should learn more about what's going on here. I feel like the talking brain might have some important info we might not want to miss.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna ask some questions.
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
Right. Intellect devourer. Dangerous. Bad news. We definitely don't want to be on its side here. We can't leave it here, though. Who knows who that might hurt? No, destroying it would be the optimal choice.
Aww.
That way it's gone completely, and no one is hurt. Let's destroy it, and be quick about it before it tries to get the drop on us.
Aww. But he friend. So I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so I kind of just caught him up on what's happened and kind of explained the room. Just said that it's a big room with more pods. In the center is a giant control panel with 3 buttons, and you can hear a woman calling for help from one of the pods.
I guess we should probably check on the person calling for help. We should do that first, since we don't just want to ignore a person asking for assistance, even if the giant control panel might be important. So, let's check out the pod the person is in first and see what's up.
You! Get me out of this damn thing!
We have no time for stragglers.
I'm just gonna ask him, are we helping Shadowheart?
It would be nice to, but we can't do one thing at a time here. Shadowheart's pod should already have some sort of mechanism to open it. We don't need to do it. The other person is asking for our help, so let's go to them instead, and then we can come back to Shadowheart's pod after.
Okay, I told him Shadowheart is the person asking for help.
He freezes for a second as he realizes this, then he lets out a small laugh. Oh, right. That's on me. Yeah, we should go to Shadowheart's pod and save her. I kind of feel dumb for not realizing that sooner. Oh well, Shadowheart first. Then we can take care of the other pod afterwards.
Oh no, okay. He's silly.
Let's check out the Mind Flayer pod, I think. The big button will only be there to distract us, I think, so I'm not going to look at that for a while. But this Mind Flayer pod, that's the source of our problem right now.
Is
so
it?
I think we should investigate that.
Dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
The fact that this is still a living person inside gives him pause. He looks at the pod for a moment, then he speaks up, his voice softer and more hesitant. Hello? Can you hear me? Are you okay?
There's Sonim. She's completely unresponsive. She doesn't even realize that you're there.
He can't help but sigh as she continues to ignore him. He pauses for a second, wanting to try one more time to get some sort of reaction from her, but eventually he speaks up in frustration. Damn! Well, I don't have any other ideas, so let's just check out that control panel next. If we can't do anything here to help that woman, then we need to find out what that control panel over there does.
Oh no. Okay.
The button with the sigils above it catches his interest, and he slowly walks over to the control panel. He studies the sigils for a moment before he speaks up again. These symbols, they look unfamiliar to me. I guess the only thing we can do is push the button, see what happens.
Okay. I mean, you could at least try to read the sigils, but I guess we're pushing the button.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
He freezes for a second, shocked by the sudden transformation, then gets himself under control and speaks again. Oh, that's not good. So, he decides to turn to her and speaks in a slightly more urgent voice. I didn't want to let that happen. Since the whole situation with the Mind Flayer made him feel a bit uneasy, he decides to check the panel with 3 buttons after all. If only to stop thinking about the Mind Flayer pod, he goes over to the panel, looking at the 3 buttons next to it with a bit more curiosity.
Man, he is in no hurry to help Shart at all. Okay. I'm just asking him, do you want to try to read the sigils?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
Reading the sigils might give us some sort of insight, or a clue as to what we should be looking for. So, let's try reading those sigils.
Yeah, cool.
Gibberish. Completely indecipherable.
Oh no. Okay.
He takes a deep breath, frustrated by the lack of progress. Well, that doesn't get us anywhere. There's got to be some sort of pattern here. What does the control panel by Shadowheart's pod look like again? Is it the same as this one?
Oh thank god. Okay. Yeah, can we please go that direction? Finally making some progress.
Bro, connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
So I just kind of explained everything that just happened, and I'm asking, do you want to run for the transponder or fight?
Running for the transponder means I'll get there faster, but that's a risky move. Fighting these guys off may take a bit longer, but it'll be a lot safer. I am tempted to just make a break for the transponder, but I think we'll fight. This is a life or death kind of situation, so it's best we stay as safe as possible.
I forgot to mention the ship is crashing. I'm reminding him the ship is going to crash if you don't get to it fast.
He pauses for a moment, processing that information. Then he speaks again, his voice slightly more cautious. I suppose we could try and make a break for the transponder after all. We'd have to make up time, but 15 turns should be enough time, as long as we go real fast.
And I will continue on next time.